Some websites can take up to a year to launch. And yes, we've seen this at Flow Ninja. Some companies take up to 12 months to launch their website, which is a lot of time. It's a lot of revisions, it's a lot of change requests, and it's a process nobody likes. So that's why I believe you should be launching your website faster, like in 60 days, in like 1 month or something like that. For example, like our customer Zingli launched in about 6 weeks, and on the launch day, they were able to gather multiple 7-figure pipeline for their company, which was kind of converted later on to customers. And in this video, I'll be giving you some tips on what you can do to build your first website in under 2 weeks or less. And over the past 10 years, I've been building websites for companies like Upwork, Checkout, Honeybook, and many other really well-known brands in the industry. We've seen it all, and we've seen how big of an impact a website can make on your business if you do it well. So let's jump directly into the video itself. The first part is setting goals. I know this is counterintuitive. You just want to go inside of the website and build everything and ensure that everything goes live, but you need to have exact goals to know, was your campaign launch successful, and to know how are you approaching things. So with that, you need to have SMART goals, which are specific, which are measurable, which are time-bound, and then finally, which are relevant and can have an action point from that perspective. So maybe you want to go live and book 1 demo. Maybe you want to go live and kind of release your new product and gather 100 leads or anything like that. You need to go and have a deadline. And without a deadline, you're gonna be going months and months and months without actually going live. Recently, we had a customer which we worked with where we went through the rebrand process and the redesign process with them, and their conversions increased by 50% on the day of the launch. They started generating a lot more money. I mean, like probably tens of thousands MRR added on a daily basis to their platform long term. But the thing that we sat down and talked together is like, you know what? Maybe the last 2 months of revisions were not needed. Maybe the website was as good as possible 2 months before this, and that if we launched 2 months before, we would have added a lot of monthly recurring revenue to their business, and that additional 2 months did not drive any impact on that point. So with that, I do strongly believe that the most important thing you need to have is like a timeline and an exact date when you're launching, and that yes, of course, you might push it for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, but in the end, you're gonna know that you're behind and that you need to go live with this and that it's a time-bound motion. Then, when you have goals, it's time to go and research. We have our tool Foresight, which is gonna be able to scan your website, give you some ideas, like if you already have a website, scan your competition and many other things, and it's gonna be able to do a little bit of the work for you. But on the other side, if you want to do it alone, you want to ensure that you have data of kind of what are the customers doing, how can you be unique on your front. All the projects that we do at Flow Ninja start with discovery, and the moment when we added discovery at a project and we never skipped discovery, we started delivering successful projects. It's really tempting to just go ahead and go inside of the build and start building, but those projects usually don't end up well and they don't drive results. If you need to go live fast, you can go live with just a single landing page. You don't need a huge website. You don't need everything if you're still not sure. Or if you currently have a website which you're feeling like it's not the best thing ever, but like we can live with it, we cannot live with it, but we need something new fast, you can also use reverse proxy to launch part of your website, like on a new platform like Webflow maybe, and that the other part of the website can live in your current platform. So with that, like let's say if you're starting with a homepage, we do have a small little blueprint that we use when building websites and when building landing pages in general of kind of how to know what content to add. Of course, you do market research, you do industry research, you find your unique value propositions, and after that, you start building. And you can always think that a landing page or homepage or anything like that is consisted of a few key elements. You're gonna have the hero, you're gonna have a problem section, you're gonna have a solution section, you're gonna have a how it works section, you're gonna have credibility, you're gonna have testimonials, and you're gonna have a call to action. How you display these and what you display for these items is probably gonna be different on a page-by-page basis, on your industry, on your competition, and everything like that. But it's gonna give you a really good framework for you to go ahead and use tomorrow. Then, if you wanna launch with more than just a homepage, you don't again have to go crazy. Ensure that you have a book a demo page, which is gonna have a Calendly link or anything like that for you to book a call. Ensure to add like pages like pricing, services, industries, and of course a resources/blog. Having just a single resource for your website, which is gonna be a free lead magnet, can help you gather that many more customers, and it's gonna help you technically gather 97% of customers who are not ready to buy. You're gonna be able to retarget them, you're gonna be able to nurture them, and hopefully later on convert them as your customers. The next thing is like, of course, think of a launch just as a starting timeline. And that's why you don't have to worry about that big launch or what's gonna happen, because it might happen that you go ahead and go live with a website and that nothing happens. Nobody sees the website, nobody goes there. It's just there, it's live, you check that off your checkbox, and you continue improving your website further. For us at Flow Ninja, for example, and for our customers, we believe that websites are a never-ending thing, and that websites are one of your biggest growth channels and biggest revenue drivers for your business. So with that, you should be spending time on it every month, and you should be adding and testing things on a monthly basis to ensure you get the most out of it. So with that, where to build a website, we personally use Webflow, and I believe it's a really, really good platform. It's a robust platform. It's gonna allow you to do everything you ever need for a website, and it's gonna allow you to go enterprise as well. Of course, you can make your own choice. You have Framer, you have WordPress, you have many other platforms. We are a Webflow agency, so of course, yes, we're gonna say Webflow is the best, but we wouldn't be doubling down our business completely just on Webflow if we didn't believe it's a really good platform that's gonna help us scale for us and for our customers. So if you're building a new website, feel free to schedule a call down below with our team. And on the other side, if you have any questions regarding how to approach building your website, leave a comment down below and we'll be more than happy to help.